Boom, boom, boom. Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action. Oh my goodness, I changed things up a bit from last night's more regular ramping. The stuff I often used and how I talked about not having it is painful, but as it often is, dinosaurs for me on Arena, Explore, best of 3, ranked, and certainly I gotta say I rank Clifftop Lookout as a very fantastic new addition. I didn't try it too much with the release of Bloomburrow here, but this is basically better than Topiary Stomper in, well, pretty much every way. Topiary Stomper, Dinosaur, for 1 and 2 green when it enters, we search for a basic land, we put it onto the battlefield. Well, that's okay, but Clifftop Lookout, it gets the land that is closest to the top, which, you know, chances are is not going to be a basic land. Well, that's pretty sweet. I've had a couple times today where I've gotten Sunken Citadel, which has been lovely stuff. And it, again, anybody wondering how the deck works, I'll try and go into it a little bit each time I stream here, but there is a guide, 2 hours in the description, Discord as well. But Clifftop Lookout, yeah, whew, my goodness, the reach as well has come in a little bit handy against Azorius Phoenix and possibly the Vein Ripper. No, I don't have to take a big chunk of damage, I just lose this guy, and sometimes that might be enough to buy me time to unload on the opponent and destroy him with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. But otherwise, nothing too much has changed. Sylvan Scrying back in. Oh man, I missed that last night big time. Pretty much right when I was done the stream, I re-added it, and the list as well in the description too, as it usually is. Oh, it's just so key. It's one thing that gets you 2 ahead, because Sylvan Scrying is going to grab a land that taps for 2 mana. It usually would be a Sunken Citadel. If you already have 2, you go with Castle Garenbrig, which in a sense taps for 2 mana. If you have 2 Sunkens, you got 4 mana, one of them chosen as green, you get to activate Castle Garenbrig's ability. So usually that's what I consider it. Sunken Citadel, they both tap for 2, and the final 2 that's left, because they get to make 6 green for creatures or their abilities. I split it up evenly 3 ways. Man, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. It might just be a Sunken Citadel, a forest, and a castle, and you go with Clifftop Lookout. Turn 3, you know you're getting something good. You know it's probably going to be something other than a forest, because there's more lands that aren't a basic land, even if it is just Commercial District, which I gotta say has also been quite lovely. We surveil one, see if we don't need something off the top. It's been a land oftentimes, so we just get it out of the way, get ahead, and get destroying the opponent. Sideboard wise, Brotherhood's End as the sweeper, but I might bring in that flame sweep. I know some of you guys have been having some good success with that, but since I am more into red, I can definitely make Brotherhood's End work. 4 Stomping Ground, 2 Commercial District, lovely stuff. And the Sunken Citadel as well, we got talking a bit about it again last night. The first Sunken you could choose as red or white, whatever the splashing color is, and well, might help you get to the second red for Brotherhoods or whatever card you're using. Rolling Vortex as well, a little bit of life gain hate. We do always have to hold up a source of red, so that's kind of turning me off of Rolling Vortex a little bit. I like a thing that I play and it just shuts down whatever the opponent is doing, but it also hurts decks that play stuff for free. This would potentially hurt Discover combo, chips away against opponents a little bit, and just generally could save us in a lot of cases. Leyline of Sanctity still in there because, well, it's good to give yourself hexproof. Definitely. Back to nature as well. Back in. Hose anything enchantment related and basically have everything covered that I'm worried about. The sweeper, enchantment destruction, life gain, or people that cast stuff for free, people that target me. Okay. Get right into it. Oh, Clifftop Lookout, man, that's the stuff. Really though, Sylvan Scrying, I don't know if I'm ever going to leave home without it. I'm sure I'm going to try it out in the months and probably the years to come again, just to see what it's like. But use it. It does look dynamite. Commander Crane, I don't know if you've ever played Dinosaurs before. This is a little bit of a different way to play them. And I mean, that's a dynamite sort of hand, dinosaur related. And I do like to see the Sunken in the Castle, but it's too risky. Maybe, just maybe, I would try it if I was on the draw, but I'm not on the draw. More chances to see more stuff. It's listening to me with the microphone. The algorithm heard me, and now it's got to give me nothing good, sadly. Okay, we'll keep that. We'll send all the stuff we have to the bottom, and hope for the best. I've come back from worse, I gotta say. Some of you guys who have been watching for a while, you know I've come back from worse. I love the commercial district. We see if a land is on top, we hope. Well, don't need a Regisaur Alpha. Whew. Oh boy. Draw land, play something for 3, and oh, there we go. Good stuff. Now the question becomes, do I want the Clifftop Lookout? Block the Gifted Aetherborn? Yeah, maybe. Nah. Archdruid's Charm, we're going to use that for Castle Garenbrig. Definitely. I'm just glad the opponent hasn't used Thoughtseize. That certainly would have been quite painful. If they use it, of course, I'm going to go with Archdruid's Charm to grab the Castle Garenbrig, and I will potentially be able to make 6 next turn. That's not the worst thing in the world. It's definitely a decent recovery. Playing Clifftop Lookout, I know I'm going to eventually get to my 7th mana. I might just draw it next turn, but we'll see. Oh, Ghalta, good. I could get a Sunken Citadel. I don't get a Sunken Citadel, but hey, there you go. At the moment, I can make 7. If I draw a land that enters untapped, I can play Ghalta next turn, and we've dodged the Thoughtseize bullet. Will we continue to do so? That's always the question. At least I have Clifftop to... Okay, they might -2. -2, do it. Okay. The question becomes, do I want to get rid of Ghalta, which I can't play yet, or Regisaur? You know what? I'm going to get rid of Ghalta. If I drew a land that entered untapped and I got rid of Regisaur, I'd just be playing Ghalta, which isn't really doing a whole lot. This, though, this would allow me to take out Liliana of the Veil. Potentially, with the dinosaur token, Clifftop Lookout. I am kind of interested in that. I do have to hope they don't have Fatal Push for the dinosaur token, but at the moment I could potentially deal 4 damage to Liliana. You were about to ask about the frog. Cut. Yes. Oh, it is good. It is good. Glad I answered your question. No Fatal Push. Don't do it. Oh, on the token. Oh boy. But yeah, it is just... well, I guess I should read it. For people who are unfamiliar, Clifftop Lookout. When it enters, you reveal cards from the top until you reveal a land. You put it onto the battlefield. It's pretty fantastic stuff. Imagine Regisaur Alpha might be going down, but you gotta say, even though we're not going to be winning this one, it was a good recovery. I could play Vaultborn Tyrant. That would potentially have been nice. Oh, Vaultborn Tyrant on the top. I mean, if I play Clifftop Lookout, it would shuffle it. Well, it would put Vaultborn on the bottom, so... yeah, no, that's not going to work. They have Hive of the Eye Tyrant, so... rough. Do I like Brotherhood's End? I kind of like Brotherhood's End. This is not mono black, Waste Not. Which is quite nice. Do I like Leyline of Sanctity? Possibly. You know what? We're doing Leyline of Sanctity. Clifftop Lookout. Pretty helpful. At the moment, that's going to be the thing I get rid of. Clifftop, chances are, is going to grab a land that's not Sunken or Castle. I might be looking for a Sunken Citadel. Sylvan Scrying helps me to get ahead better than the Clifftop Lookout. I have to make some space somewhere, and definitely Leyline of Sanctity is going to be pretty darn helpful against this opponent. Hopefully I land it to begin with, because we're going to be, we're going to be facing off against Thoughtseize. That's out. Yep. There you go. You have a pretty darn fantastic hand without the Leyline of Sanctity. Oh boy. Oh boy. Never in a million years would I give a hand like this up, even with a Leyline. So many lands, the Sylvans, the Archdruids. We're going to be getting there. We're going to be making enough. Field of Ruin, well, that certainly might ruin our chances. We'll grab the castle. You know what? We're going to grab Sunken Citadel. Chances are Field of Ruin is going to take it out. If they do, I have the Forest and the Stomping untapped. You know what that means. I'm just going to grab Castle. Take that opportunity. With them seeing the castle, they might preserve Field of Ruin. Come to think of it, sometimes that happens. We wait for Castle Garenbrig, wait to play it until we have a devastating amount of damage. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn would be pretty fantastic. Even though I can't play it, that would mean Archdruid's Charm. Oh, that would be so perfect. You know, we'll go with Commercial District. Don't need a Palani's Hatcher. Alright. Tyrranax Rex, next turn. I like it. I like it a lot. Shieldred, not so much. That's pretty painful stuff. Okay, yeah. Might actually just exile Reckoner Bankbuster. I kind of want Vaultborn Tyrant. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it. Save myself from taking 4. I know I'm going to get to 7 for Tyrranax Rex. I might actually go Palani's Hatcher just to have a bunch of creatures to block. It is a little bit unfortunate that I have Leyline of Sanctity. Completely unnecessary. Of course, Tyrranax Rex is definitely lovely stuff, and well, we just have to hope they don't make me sacrifice it, but I imagine they probably will. Liliana, whatchamacallit, Invoke Despair. Some may say Invoke Despair just ain't fair. Oh boy. Just play Liliana or Invoke and you're off to the races. But maybe they don't have removal for it. I mean, I have to imagine they would have played it already if that was the case. Huh. They're really thinking long and hard about this one.
It's a trap!
They don't want to attack with Shieldred to lose Shieldred. Field of Ruin taking out Castle Garenbrig, that would be painful. Taking out Castle Garenbrig plus also taking out T-Rex would mostly lock it up for them, I would think. I need the Jeopardy theme song for moments like this, or sometimes when it's going slow. Doesn't often happen, but yeah, I guess T-Rex is sticking around. Oh, they did it. Oh boy. Okay, okay. Hopefully another Castle Garenbrig coming up. Field of Ruin. I don't like Field of Ruin. Not one bit. Oh, ooh, Vaultborn Tyrant. Well, it certainly is quite nice. I can't play it, unfortunately, so it is just Palani's Hatcher. Get a bunch of creatures, and I imagine, we've gone kind of wide, stabilized a little bit, and that might make all the difference. Vaultborn at the very least next turn. Maybe we draw Castle Garenbrig, something like that. Got a Fatal Push. We'll see. Hopefully it's not Invoke Despair. That would be quite rough, especially with Shieldred. They draw a bunch of cards and, well, they would be getting quite high. I'm going to need probably a big chunk of damage to take them out, which is definitely possible. Even if they're at 30, 35, 40, we could get them. I've taken down even bigger opponents than that. Question is, do I want to take two? Not, okay, oh, interesting. Huh. They're scared. I like it. I mean, I don't like the 2 Field of Ruins that they still have, but, yeah. Okay. I'll sacrifice the Dinosaur. Oh, two. That's painful. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Pretty straightforward right there. Castle Garenbrig, maybe we would have been able to get the job done if it had stuck around, of course, but Field of Ruin, very, very pesky. I have wondered, and I've sometimes brought in Pithing Needle, specifically for Field of Ruin. We name Field of Ruin and it can't be used to take out lands. Oh, cut. It is a rough match, as it sometimes is, and yeah. Sometimes, though, Field of Ruin doesn't do too much if you have enough things that search for lands and you've seen lands. I have 8 already. I don't need this Sunken. I don't need Castle Garenbrig as the opponent starts to take them out with their land destruction. Will we be taking out opponents with that? Possibly. I do kind of like it now. A little bit better. Oh, it got worse. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, that's going to be it. Send a T-Rex and a Carnage Tyrant to the bottom. Keep a creature that costs 6 and a creature that costs 7. Oh, more. Oh, duress to. Huh. Okay. Guess it's going to be Black Knight tonight. Maybe this is Amalia Explorer. But we got Commercial District. We got Archdruid's Charm, potentially another. Oh, Greasefang. Huh. Okay. I gotta say, that is interesting. I mean, I don't have anything specifically for it, so we could be mostly dead next turn. I'll keep that Commercial District there. If they play Greasefang right now, we're done. Phew. That is good. Don't need a forest, that's for sure. Okay, no Greasefang. Esika's Chariot is, well, it's not the greatest thing in the world. They are going to start to swarm the battlefield quite a bit. Archdruid's Charm, though, it's going to be lovely. We're getting that Castle Garenbrig. Vaultborn Tyrant, of course, that... Never mind. You just die. So Greasefang would have brought Parhelion 2 from the graveyard onto the battlefield. Crude. Parhelion 2 has the ability, whenever it attacks, it creates 2 4/4 angels, plus Parhelion itself. We're being hit by 13, plus the cats, Rafine's Informant. Yeah, done. Clifftop Lookout with the reach. That might save us from a good chunk of damage. That could be a pretty darn fantastic thing. Save us just enough. Brotherhood's End. it doesn't exile creatures. Greasefang, they have ways of getting Greasefang back, and we wouldn't really be slowing it down too much. And they might not have a whole lot of creatures out. They might just play Greasefang, get Parhelion 2. Brotherhood's End being sorcery speed, there is no chance to recover. Keep it the same. Keep it the same. Oh, lovely. Lovely stuff. Hopefully no Thoughtseize or Duress. But of course, where there's Duress, there is Thoughtseize. So we use Commune, turn 1. If there was any sort of question, wait to see what we draw. Might be a land, it might change what we want to grab with Commune. No. You just play it, you grab the land, don't ask questions. Now, Commune can't be discarded. What Commune becomes can't be discarded. Oh look, Duress, no targets, because it's all creatures. That's what you want to be doing. Oh, lovely. Clifftop Lookout next turn is going to be pretty fantastic. I don't need Palani's Hatcher. I'm 1 turn ahead to getting something I would definitely like. Love Commercial District. At the very least, I get to play Carnage Tyrant next turn. That's really what we're looking for. Okay, well, sometimes a Sunken is the next land coming up. That was perfect. Absolute perfection. Now we're playing Vaultborn Tyrant. They don't have any vehicles in the graveyard. That's not going to be good. Even if they get a vehicle in the graveyard right now. No. Okay, Parhelion 2 is rough, but yeah. Oh, okay, fine. Jeez. Vaultborn Tyrant is gone, sadly. That's too bad. Eventually, let's read all the cards. This opponent probably hasn't faced dinosaurs too much. Oh, really? I like when somebody goofs up. It's good. Good they goofed up. Right. Now all we have to hope for is Ghalta. And we'll get him. We can't play Ghalta next turn. We have a Sunken Citadel, but we'll play it, eventually get to 8 mana and beat him. Good. Still no Greasefang. This is going to get out of control. The opponent won't be able to manage what we're dropping down. Yeah. Just a Carnage Tyrant. Another big scary thing. I would imagine Ghalta is coming up at some point here. Quarter of the way through the deck. It's going to be happening. More than a quarter, because Commune, some of the cards I saw with that stuff's on the bottom. I'll attack with Vaultborn. I want to see if they combine blockers. I didn't think that was going to happen, but take a chunk out. We should still be safe. We're at a very healthy 26. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Carnage Tyrant, tapping 3 lands. That's what I want to be doing. Yeah, this is going to be scary for them. The Vaultborn Tyrant, it's not too bad. We draw a card. It wasn't Ghalta. Unfortunately. Hopefully I don't reveal Ghalta. Hopefully Ghalta isn't on top of a land. Oh, it was. Ghalta was one of those. Oh. Okay. A Ghalta was sent to the bottom, but also there's a Ghalta on top. That's actually pretty darn fantastic. One of those two is Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Another copy of it. Huh. They might be done for, but yeah. Cut. Clifftop Lookout, the better Topiary Stomper. Even though it's not as big, and it doesn't trigger Vaultborn Tyrant, which is also a very good point. It's not like you're going to often be playing Topiary Stomper after you play Vaultborn. Chances are, well, Topiary is played first. You don't get the trigger of Vaultborn, so that factor I think doesn't really need to be mentioned with Clifftop never triggering it, because it does have 1 power. And we did win. We won. Just have to do it again. Okay. Hopefully we get fortunate. Dodging the dastardly Greasefang. The greasy Greasefang. This is quite good indeed as well. I mean, super duper flooded, but I'm not going to mulligan to get something that is absolutely terrible. Thoughtseize, of course, does not stop us. Sunken Commercial District as the 3rd land. We've got our forest for the Castle Garenbrig. No vehicle. Oh, they got Parhelion too. Okay, so that might be it. Do I like Ghalta? Do I like Vaultborn? I'm grabbing Ghalta. Oh boy. Yeah, no, that tends to do the trick. We're not winning that. Sadly, Greasefang got us. No, we weren't going to be outracing that. Ooh, Greasefang. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's going to have a resurgence and the opponent. They were preparing for Monday's banning, potential banning of Amalia, possibly Rakdos vampires and whatnot. Who knows? It's hard to be surprised at this point out. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they just leave it, but something has to be hit. Well, it doesn't have to. Whatever is here, I'm going to face it, and I'm going to do my best to beat it. I wouldn't be beating a whole lot. I do like to see the sunken, for sure, but too risky. There we go. That's perfect. Oh my! This might be Azorius control. I like this. Oh boy, they're in for a real treat. Yeah, I'll choose red for a sunken. We don't have an Archdruid's Charm. We don't have to maintain 3 green sources. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, Azorius artifacts. This also could be pretty painful. I'm going to try and stick Vaultborn Tyrant if I can, but... Oh, Thran... Oh, they're... Okay, a cheat 'em out deck. Well. With the Archdruids, I'm just going to grab another land and see if we can do it that way. Yeah, they can pay 4 and put a historic permanent from their hand onto the battlefield. That's not great. We'll see what happens. I imagine they might counter this. That's why they're holding mana up. But you never know. Oh, you can't do that. Can't do that. Not good. Maybe they have something that can exile what I'm about to play. It's hard to say. But they might just be knocked out.
Ruthless aggression.
I think that should do it. Phew. Oh my goodness, I was a little bit scared facing off against that, I gotta say. I might have once faced Thran Temporal Gateway, an opponent using that. But yeah, at 4, 4/4, they can tap it and just simply put a historic permanent onto the battlefield. It's like Flash basically is. That permanent could be a creature, could be something. Oh, Emrakul, not that bad. They still die. Okay. I'm just glad the opponent, well, they did their thing. You saw the potential. Huh. I never would have guessed that's something we would be facing. And it is something very painful. Fortunately, I was more painful than them, but Thran Temporal Gateway. The question becomes, how many copies do they have? I mean, I do have Artifact Destruction, but it is only artifacts with a mana value 3 or less. Thran Temporal Gateway has a mana value of 4, so Brotherhood's End is not going to be taking it out. I say we keep it at it as is. Yeah. Actually, we would stop Emrakul. When you cast this spell, gain control of target opponent during that player's next turn. If we have a Leyline of Sanctity, Emrakul can't target us. It's just a big flying trampler, which I may not care too much about, as I didn't care too much about right there. But we took him down game 1. Just gonna leave it like that. The opponent might be focusing on their game plan. They might not have many counter spells, and that hand, beautiful. Basically perfect. As long as Sylvan Scrying isn't countered, we should have everything we need. Probably a lot of funny business. Definitely Castle Garenbrig playing that, plus Clifftop Lookout next turn. Sylvan Scrying to get Sunken Citadel too. I might just go Sunken Citadel. I kind of like that. Yeah. Then next turn we go Castle Garenbrig plus Clifftop Lookout, or just Carnage Tyrant if I'm worried about stuff. Ooh, okay. They're going the aggressive route. It's not super scary yet. We're still at 13. We can make some magic happen. Okay. It gets us sunken again. I like Clifftop Lookout. Now we just need Ghalta. Hopefully. Really need to just play Vaultborn Tyrant next turn, gain a bit of life, start to stabilize, and hope they don't do their Thran Temporal Gateway stuff. That's pretty good. I don't need to block. I'll save Clifftop Lookout for... Actually, I'm just kind of tempted. I'll grab Ghalta. I'll grab Ghalta and play Carnage Tyrant. That's what it's all about. Hopefully we're safe. Again, this opponent, we saw what they dropped the previous game, so let's be wary. Cheating out something very big and expensive. That is a scary thing. Right. That does nothing.
Bazinga!
Okay, fine. I'll just put everything out that they bounced, and that's what I want to be doing. Yeah, look at all those triggers. I think we should be safe. Bunch of lands, bunch of lands. Get that card draw. Ooh. Well, we can't kill him this turn, but I would imagine we're probably safe. Might as well use Commune, and I'll grab a Cavern of Souls just in case they do have counter spells. You never know. Keep it on the safe side. Don't need Sunken, don't need Sylvan. Oh, I just need to discard one. Okay. Alright. There we go. Do they have Settle the Wreckage? Let's pause for a second. They could. They very well could. You know, let's test the waters. They haven't conceded yet, so that does make me suspicious, I gotta say. Final showdown, instant speed sweeper for 6. They do have 6. Yeah, let's find out what they might do. Wandering Emperor, that sort of thing. See what that does. Oh, okay. I don't know. I just usually assume perhaps the opponent has something. They want to make me feel comfortable. I see red, I attack with everything. Then they surprise me with... Got a hair in my mouth. They surprise me with something. Well, just be careful. When an opponent is completely untapped, well, you just never know. Oof. Okay. Yeah, Clifftop Lookout, 100%. Two thumbs up. Big time. Do it again. And I think better is a pretty good name for the deck. Best, possibly. Of course, I don't think it can actually... Anything is exactly the best. I imagine potentially this deck could get solved, could be solved down the line. Whatever turns out to be the definite best way to do it, maybe. We'll see. It is just nice to see a bunch of you guys continually playing it. And I will continually keep a hand like that anytime. Hopefully Commune with Dinosaurs sticks around. It is a little bit risky with good, no Thoughtseize. Beautiful. Oh, Vaultborn. Nah, we're grabbing Vaultborn Tyrant. Sunken Citadel, we have the Stomping. We know Archdruid's next turn is going to search for Castle Garenbrig, and we're going to have 7 for Vaultborn anyways. That's what we want to do. Oh, Containment Priest. Interesting. Of course, that does hurt me. Ghalta can't put stuff out. Adeline. Mono White Humans. Fortunately, Mono White Humans has not been super duper aggressive. We should still get the job done even though Ghalta's ability is turned off. I would put a bunch of creatures out with the ability, but they'd just be exiled. So I wouldn't put a bunch of creatures out. Well, that's just how it goes. Hopefully they don't have too much removal. Hopefully Vaultborn Tyrant sticks around a little bit. Oh, yes, cut. It definitely is. Brutal Cathar. Oh. Got Brave the Elements or some choosing green and maybe. I don't have lethal. Protection, indestructible. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine by me. Oh, no, okay. We lose Vaultborn. We're going to get it back. Gain some life. Stabilize. The opponent had to invest. Oh. Wow, that's the nail in the coffin right there. They used 2 resources to still... Yeah, that's what you get.
You won! You did it!
Phew. I don't expect we're going to get quite as fortunate this game. The Mono White Humans opponent. You know what? I'm going to keep Clifftop Lookout. Nah. I was thinking Clifftop Lookout in. It is a creature that could block maybe one of their bigger humans. For the most part, they have a bunch. But Clifftop gets me that land, the extra land, one closer, and I guess it gets me Sunken Citadel, as it has multiple times. But I think that's going to be the keeper. Commercial District plus a forest. We got our source of red. Excuse me, we do need one more. But I technically have 4 chances to get that. I do Surveil with Commune, so... Ooh, Castle Garenbrig as well. Very nice. Sending it to the bottom. Oh boy. I guess it is. I guess it is cut. Right now, Brotherhood's End costs 4. We definitely need everything. Everything we can possibly get. Ooh, a forest. Still don't have that source of red, but a sunken next turn. Chosen as red. Would be okay. Would be nice if Adeline Resplendent Cathar wasn't as tough as she is, being 4 toughness. Brotherhood's End possibly taking it out, but they do have Brave the Elements, 1 white. If I did go Brotherhood's End, they would just choose red, and everything they have gains protection from red. Then we're definitely dead. Nah, Brotherhood's trim that. Trim it. Ooh. Perhaps if it was some other aggressive deck that doesn't have protection, I might try it out. I would rather go a little bit faster, keep the Clifftop Lookout, and keep that hand. Whoa. Lovely with commercial. We don't need Regisaur Alpha at this point. Could be nice to keep, but I'd rather increase the chances of drawing a land next turn. Oh, Ghalta, actually. Also going to be lovely stuff. Grabbing a Castle Garenbrig, just in case I draw an Archdruid's Charm. I will still be able to make 3 for Castle, but I still get to play the Clifftop Lookout. I still get to get ahead. Can play Carnage Tyrant next turn, and I have a creature to block. Lovely. This is not too bad. Get a trade with the 1/1. Then hopefully Carnage Tyrant is perhaps enough to buy time. They can't target it. Lovely. They could again have Brave the Elements. If all their creatures have protection from green, I can't block that stuff. It's not fun. Making Mutavault, they're going to play Thalia's Lieutenant, put a counter on all the humans, put a counter on the Mutavaults, because Mutavault is every creature type. That's good. That is good. Do I want to trade with Adeline? I say we just trade with Adeline and we... Yeah, I'll block that. Okay, that is good stuff. Would Vaultborn Tyrant save us? No. Three, 6. Oh, maybe it would. Perhaps. Well, we'll find out. If they have Brave the Elements, we're definitely dead. If they don't... 3, 6, 8. Huh. Brutal Cathar. Okay, well, yeah, no, that's how she goes. It's aggressive deck, does the trick, and specifically with humans, their creatures do tend to get pretty big pretty fast. You don't always take out every one with the counters and whatnot. Thalia certainly would have been nice. Still would have been an uphill battle. Yeah. If we had a Sunken Citadel out at that very moment, things would have been a lot different. But still, 100% Clifftop Lookout, that's where it's at. I'm just happy it is a uncommon, pretty cheap to pick up. I wonder what a rare version of the Clifftop Lookout would look like. Even more powerful, still costing 3. Maybe it's a 3/3 for 3. That still does all those abilities. Reach and Death Touch. The flavor wouldn't really work like that. Reach and Vigilance. 3/3. Reach, Vigilance. Gets any land. Ooh. I'd like that. It is just nice to know that sometimes you can be fast enough against some of the aggro, but you can't be super strong against every type of deck. That's where the sideboard comes in potentially, and who knows what this opponent is on. Bronze, wood. It's bronze, but that hand, keeper. The keeper of keepers. Sunken in the forest. Sylvan's going to grab the Castle Garenbrig, and we're off to the races. We'll choose green again, you know, just in case we see Archdruid's Charm. I want to be able to... Oh, what do we got? Five color humans, perhaps. Now things are getting interesting. Oh boy. Yeah. We're in for a real treat. Perhaps a painful treat, if it is humans. Maybe it's 5 color legends. Something like that. I'm actually tempted to... I was tempted to go with Sunken Citadel, but we'll just do the Clifftop. I was a little bit worried there for a second they might have a counterspell. I thought they were in blue with the forest, but that is not an island. That actually is a forest. That really looks like an island. Huh. Man, stop myself taking 2. Right. Carnage Tyrant it is. Could be double Clifftop Lookout, which is actually pretty darn fantastic, but I'll play this. They can't take it out. Maybe they have a sweeper. Maybe I draw out a sweeper from the opponent, because that's the only way they're getting rid of it. That could be nice too. Eventually. They're probably staring at Carnage Tyrant, drooling. Hexproof. Maybe this opponent is actually brand new or pretty new and they've never seen it before. The Gitrog. Ravenous Ride. Okay, well, I'll kill it. Try to kill it. Good. Good. I like that. Definitely Commune. We're searching for Ghalta, possibly playing Ghalta. Oh, there you go. Thumbs up. Bing, bang, boom. 8 mana. I love when I can spend 1, or the game has gone on long enough, I can spend 1 to dig, grab it, and still play it. And play everything. And then kill them. Big time. I should probably read the Gitrog monster there. I was actually thinking of using that. Seems pretty fantastic. I'll swing and kill him. But then I'll pull it up. Okay. Gitrog. A dinosaur riding this giant frog, though, it all seemed pretty interesting. I guess technically the dinosaur he's kind of sitting right beside it, but whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice a creature that saddled it this turn. If you do, you draw X cards and put up to X lands from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. I definitely like that. Where X is the sacrifice creature's power. This certainly lines up. Plenty of creatures have a high power. It might just be Vaultborn Tyrant, and think about it. The regular Vaultborn Tyrant before it's a token, that could be sacrificed to get the copy, and then I draw cards, put some lands onto the battlefield. Maybe, just maybe. Or Palani's Hatcher saddles the Gitrog if I can't attack with Palani's Hatcher anyways. Palani's is still giving everybody haste whether it's tapped or not, which is pretty nice. And then it's sacrificed at the end of combat anyways. It's not like it's sacrificed at the start and I lose that haste potential. But I think we'll keep everything as is. Just have to watch out for the scary creatures this opponent has. Scarier than the Gitrog monster, it's hard to say. But it's not hard to say I'm keeping that hand. That's it's going to be all the mana I need. Eventually we will be able to make 7 with everything. Okay, Thalia. Oh. Just absolutely perfect. Of course, you never know what you're going to get game to game, but when you have something like that, oh, that's beautiful. Ooh, the infamous Cruel Claw. I saw that in Rakdos Vampires a little bit. They were testing it out, but yeah, I'm going Clifftop Lookout. Big time. Ghalta on top? Ghalta's not on top, but it was one of those lands that was put... Well, it was one of the creatures that was put to the bottom, I should say. We don't need a Regisaur Alpha, though. That's too bad. I think we'll still get there. Can't block the infamous Cruel Claw, so... Yeah, that's going to be potentially painful. Against top Thalia, so I think we might as well. But when Cruel Claw deals damage, they exile a card. Until they exile a non-land card, they may cast it by... Oh, Relic of Legends. Okay. That's not too bad. It's not a big legendary creature, which is nice. Huh. Okay. Nothing too bad. As long as we get Vaultborn Tyrant next turn. Okay, yeah, it is 5-color legends. This is pretty neat. Vaultborn Tyrant also pretty neat. Hopefully we see Ghalta. Definitely digging with Commune. Although unfortunately I won't be able to play Ghalta if I get her. Next turn I possibly could have. If Commune cost 1. I would be playing Castle Garenbrig. I would be able to make 9 mana. And we'll get there. Possibly. Oh, okay. That is good. It's also a little good for me. I do like the fact that Vaultborn dies. It is the original copy. I gain some life. Pretty much need Ghalta next turn if we want any hope of salvaging this. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. All right, Commune, and well, we're gonna see. Oh, that's not Ghalta. That's not good. And that is death. Well, we didn't get him. 5-color legends. That's literally what it is. Joda, the unifier, legendary creatures they control get +X, where X is the number of legendary creatures they control. And it is all legendary creatures. All of them were getting +4/+4. That tends to pack a punch. A pretty big punch. Nothing I have is particularly useful against this opponent, so we'll keep it just as is. Hopefully we don't get too flooded. Oh boy, hopefully they don't get Thalia. It would be nice to go off with potentially a Sylvan Scrying. I'm kind of tempted to keep it. It could possibly work. Commune to get the second land, Sylvan to get the castle. I'm going to try it. Oh boy. Oh. It's not the first time I've tried this before. I won't have Thoughtseize. Pretty sure it is all legendary creatures. Another Sunken. There you go. Lovely stuff. Oh boy. Definitely choosing green. Okay. We will be able to make 6. We won't be able to make 6. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Well, they played it. Maybe they have 4 of them. It's just unfortunate. Okay, well, at least we got Commune. We got the castle. I like to see that. Get another land that enters untapped. Play Vaultborn Tyrant, also quite nice. Or just any land, and then we go Sylvan Scrying, and we hope we haven't been killed. We hope it hasn't been too little too late. Sylvan Scrying can technically be anything, so really we just want to go with Clifftop Lookout. Another castle, that's okay. We have a creature to block, which is definitely better than Sylvan Scrying. Both cost 3. I'll take it. Okay. Save myself from taking a little bit of damage there. Oh boy. Do they have another Beseiju who endures? That would have been pretty painful stuff. I say we just go Vaultborn. Hope they have some regular... Okay, yeah. Well, then that's how she goes. Of course, legendary creatures. There's a whole lot of abilities. Try. When it enters, you can counter a spell. We're countering Vaultborn Tyrant, and then they were killing us next turn. Didn't have the Cavern of Souls, unfortunately. Man, they got lucky there with that one. Right. Yeah, I never would have expected 5-color humans. Dastardly humans. Well, at least I munched on them a little bit there, that first game. Fral. Watch this be mono red aggro. I think that's going to be probably my prediction with the Sarkhan avatar, but it could also be dragons. That is definitely the keeper. Sylvan Scrying getting the Sunken Citadel. We should be getting to 7 mana for Tyrranax Rex, and we got the Cavern of Souls. Got our source of red for Palani's Hatcher. Possibly a bit of counterspell protection. It is a little bit problematic. Seeing white. Maybe it's going to be angels. That would also be quite rough. Hopefully it's not. We do have Roiling Vortex though to, stop the opponent gaining life. Anointed Peacekeeper. It's not the end of the world. We've gone with Sylvan Scrying. We've used it. We've got the Sunken. I'll either be playing Tyrranax Rex or Vaultborn Tyrant eventually. That's going to be good. Now, what is the scariest thing for the opponent? Palani's hat. Okay, well, this person is not too familiar with the game plan, which is good for me. They didn't realize I was going to be playing Tyrranax Rex or Vaultborn before Palani's Hatcher. I like it. I like it a lot. I would imagine they have Collected Company probably playing it at the end of our turn. Oh my goodness, they played Collected Company. Whoever would have guessed that? Yeah, it's not too problematic as long as we get Vaultborn next turn. We should be okay. Although Selesnya, Collected Company, a lot of taxes, a lot of exile effects. No, it's painful. Pretty painful. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, then they just kill us. Yeah, that's well, there's nothing you can do. Brotherhood's End. Well, that's definitely going to be quite nice indeed. Instead of the Clifftop Lookout. Chances are Brotherhood's End we would be taking out most of their creatures. They're pretty darn weak. It's not like humans where there is the potential of a ton of counters to be put on an opponent, but nothing differently we could have done. Now, sometimes you have an exact hand that you want, and you don't exactly get it done. Nope, yep, beautiful. It should be a little bit better than the previous game, but as we saw, that was painful. The darn Aven Interrupter exiling the spell. Even if it can't be countered, it can be exiled, and we don't get to play it, and it gets plotted. Didn't have any other creatures out, so yeah, we were done for. Don't need a Sunken. We're playing Castle next turn, plus the Archdruids to search and put another Sunken out. I guess maybe we're not. I imagine they'll choose Carnage Tyrant. Maybe Sylvan or Archdruids. At the very least, I'm going to be playing something. I'm going to be getting ahead. Okay, fine. That's what you want to do. Good stuff. Hopefully a Brotherhood's End next turn. It would be kind of nice to take out the Elite Spellbinder plus the Llanowar Elves, but as we saw, well, they played Collected Company. And I don't need all these lands. At all. I only need one more land in my hand, and sometimes you just get super flooded. And hopefully Collected Company doesn't hit the Aven Interrupter. Huh. What do they got? Oh man. Archdruid's Charm now costs a total of 9. That is painful. So painful. Well, at least I got a creature that can block. I deter a bit of their aggression, which is something nice. There's no more lands. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh. I only have 20. It's just how it is. Yeah. We'll block the other anointed. Oh, you got 2 Collected Companies. Oh, okay. 3. We're not technically dead yet. Watch them have a 3rd Collected Company. Or maybe I get Brotherhood's End. Well, that would take out all their creatures. Actually, that's quite nice. Brotherhood's End, you can do it. Ghalta. Huh. Ghalta does a whole lot of nothing at that point. Alright. Well, more painful than I would like, but sometimes it is just unavoidable. Yeah. Nothing much to say other than on to the next one. It's been all over the map tonight. It's really, well, it's a little hard to plan for it. I mean, you got enough stuff to cover enough angles, but sometimes you just don't see it, and sometimes they just get you. Even when you have a good hand. Kind of like this one. Okay, the classic Thoughtseize, not the worst thing ever. Hopefully we get... Oh, they got rid of Palani's Hatcher. Well, that's not really something you want to be doing. I like Ghalta. Also like Tyrranax Rex. You know what? We'll go with Tyrranax Rex instead. I think if we got Ghalta, they would still get rid of the Clifftop Lookout. There might not be a lot of creatures to put out. And that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, definitely do that guy. Even though we have a Sunken. And we'll play it next turn. At the very least, I can play Tyrranax Rex. I'm going to be making 7. Guess I'm not playing Thran Rex. Darn. Nuts. Yeah, this could be painful. Grixis Phoenix, as I imagine this is. Certainly far less common than the Is It variation. Okay, well, still get to play Palani's Hatcher. It's not the worst thing. At least the dinosaur threatens the Ledger Shredder, and I'm going to keep up a little bit of pressure here. Bodies, that's where it's at. It's going to be pretty nice and aggressive next turn if they haven't swept us. I wouldn't expect that to happen. I'm just glad there isn't an Arclight Phoenix quite yet. It's nice to persevere though through 2 Thought Seizes, ripping that good stuff from my hand. Never super fun to experience. Yeah, we got another Palani's Hatcher coming up. That's alright. Don't need the Sylvan Scrying at all. Don't need it at all. 6, 8. I have 9, potentially. Aggressive. That is where it's at. As much damage as possible at this point. If that Palani's Hatcher sticks around, we'll be hatching another egg, and that's going to be pretty good for our chances. I don't think the Ledger Shredder can afford to attack. Ooh, the Treasure Cruise. Okay, that could be problematic. If they get some Arclight Phoenixes in, they won't be killing us this turn. They're not dealing 20. That's definitely not happening. Oh, another Palani's beautiful. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell, but oh boy, here goes nothing. Oh. All right. Phoenix. I don't usually use too much against it because it can be very good and aggressive and nasty, even though Thoughtseize with Grixis Phoenix. I guess technically it's Demir. They splash red a little bit just to play the Arclight Phoenix as a backup, but we'll call it Grixis. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to bring in Leyline of Sanctity just because I don't like Thoughtseize, but that's never really a good thing. Most of their plan, they don't target you specifically. Leyline of Sanctity would potentially be a pretty big waste. That hand, I am going to risk it, even though we know what they might potentially do. Going to hope that Commune with Dinosaurs goes off. Good. That's positive for our chances here. Also very nice with the Clifftop Lookout. I might be able to get a second Sunken with Commune. Play that Sunken for the turn. Oh, that's actually good with the Force. That's actually perfect. Commercial District it is. Lovely. Always enters tapped. Surveil. I don't need a Clifftop Lookout. I know I'm going to be playing one. Let's see if we can maybe draw another big dino. But Carnage Tyrant, something like that. Okay, not too bad. Still no Thoughtseize. I like the looks of this. Prophetic Memory as well. That very scary stuff. If you have enchantment destruction, enchantment removal, any sort of way to answer an enchantment, you answer this. Things get big. For every card the opponent draws, after the first one, you can put those counters on a creature at the beginning of combat. Sometimes the opponent draws 3, 4, 5 things before combat. Ledger Shredder gets absolutely massive. But again, with the Clifftop Lookout, it's got reach. You know, we could be stopping potentially a decent chunk of damage. Might as well. Might as well. Yeah. That's where I want to be. Vaultborn Tyrant time. Tying things up. Oh, and the Cavern of Souls, okay. Things are going downhill for them, that's for sure. Maybe we'll finally see a Thoughtseize. I hope not. At least the life total is nice and big. Bigger than the starting. My goodness. I'm just happy they didn't play Blot Out. That also would have been very, very painful. Would have exiled Vaultborn Tyrant. It doesn't die, so we don't get the copy of it. Still no Phoenix. Thoughtseize now. Oh, don't do it. Good. Oh boy, maybe they have that counterspell. Maybe we saved ourselves. I think we probably did. Oh, drawing another Ghalta. This perfection. Get another instance of the trigger with the 2 draw. Oh, to get it. That's what I'm talking about, folks. Might as well. Oh, with the Carnage Tyrant. Oh, the stuff doesn't have haste. But sometimes you just have to do a painful thing again and again and again. Of course, I wish that kind of thing happened a little bit more often, but it's nice to know it potentially could be happening. Okay, another match. Let's go. It's the weekend. It's Saturday. Hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday. Good as possible. All right. Yeah. Keep it as is. Again, 20 lands or less than that, possibly. It is always going to be painful when you get flooded. You're cursing to yourself, maybe out loud or in your head. Why is this happening to me? But okay, speaking of lands, that's what I'm looking for. Huh. Merfolk. Oh, I thought it might be Merfolk with the breeding pool there. I mean, it is nice to see another Sunken Citadel, but hopefully it's not Deeproot Pilgrimage, or whenever a Merfolk is tapped, any number of Merfolk, they make a 1/1 Merfolk with hexproof. I think that could be in there, but this opponent is using River Herald Scout, a common, so it makes me suspect there could, well, it could be a newer player. They are in silvers. Oh, Commune to grab nothing. I mean, technically I filtered through 5 things that I didn't need, so it's not all bad. Oh, another one. Okay, well, Clifftop it is. Maybe a counterspell as well. Okay, that's all right. We would have been able to go off with Commune, which perhaps we're not. Vaultborn next turn would be pretty ideal. Try and search for Carnage Tyrant. I mean, I do like Vaultborn. We're mostly dead at this point, though. I got a decent bit of damage. Yeah, nothing much we can do at this point. Yeah, maybe we get Ghalta next turn. That would do it. If they're tapped out, of course. Ghalta. Oh! Can't counter for one. Get her done. Yes. Oh, phew. Oh, my goodness. Dodged a bullet there. That's the top deck of top decks. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. Now I just have to do it again. Oh, it's been a little while since that's happened. But when it does happen, you definitely have to appreciate. Poof, you win. You're hoping for it, digging for it. You've been through a third of your deck, half of your deck. 30 cards, you still haven't seen the first copy of one of 4 Ghalta Stampede Tyrants, and you're feeling down, and then you draw it, and you make your opponent down to negative life. But yeah, it is a potentially pretty aggressive deck. That is going to be painful, considering keeping that first hand. Even though it only had 1 Castle Garenbrig, it did have 2 Sylvan Scrying. So okay, it's going downhill. We'll send most of the stuff to the bottom. We still get to keep a hand with Castle and Clifftop. Oh, 2 Clifftop Lookouts. That might not be terrible. I like the sounds of that. Yeah. Seemingly, this opponent's deck, this Merfolk variation, isn't perhaps quite as optimized as other ones, so we got some time to play the Lookout, maybe grab a Sunken Citadel, choose red, for Palani's Hatcher at some point. But at the very least, I know I'm going to be getting there in the land department. And I have a blocker better than Topiary Stomper. That's good. There's the source of red. I'll probably play Palani's Hatcher, though, just to have a bunch of bodies that seem like they would threaten what the opponent's doing. Maybe they would have collected company, too. That's also not fun. Huh. Okay, I like that. See if we draw out a counter spell. Oh, Ghalta. Definitely is tempting. You know what, we'll try for Clifftop Lookout first. Okay, not too bad. I like Regisaur Alpha. Nice bodies. We are at 16, and we have another Lookout to... Oh, Vaultborn Hexcatcher. That's... Oh, it is problematic giving other Merfolk +1/+1. We might not be able to get the job done. Yikes. But possibly. Again, Palani's Hatcher, multiple bodies in one, just play it. Phew. Okay. Oh. Tishana's Tidebinder tends to do the trick, and there you go. It's another decently aggressive deck with ways to stop us. Kind of like the taxing from that Selesnya aggro-ish. Selesnya taxes, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I know the fact they do have counter spells. It's nice to keep Carnage and T-Rex, but I'm always tempted with Brotherhood's End. But again, with their counter spells and Vaultborn Hexcatcher, they can sacrifice a Merfolk to counter a non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. So they'll just sacrifice enough that it taxes me out from paying the extra. And we don't get to sweep everybody, and they're still left with some stuff. not a pretty sight. They could also just flash in the Vidalian Hexcatcher. Then they have the potential to sacrifice one Merfolk. That might be all it takes. Taxing Brotherhood's End by 1. I might have only 3 mana. Boom. All of a sudden, it's countered. All of a sudden, I'm trying that. Oh boy. I think it's worth a shot. 2 lands, definitely. If it was only 1, I'd mulligan, but we got 2 things for 3. One of them being Archdruids to grab the Sunken Citadel. And just having Tyrranax Rexes. Big things, can't be countered. Makes me feel a little bit safer. Just a touch. Or we could also see Commune, which would dig for it, but fortunately, we got there. Lovely. Silver Gill Adept, not too bad. Archdruids to grab Sunken... Oh! Okay. Huh. Well. I mean, it is a good illustration of what maybe to do now. We'll do Archdruids. We get 2 lands in 1 turn. You can't really beat that. That's what it's all about. Just play Clifftop next turn. If we get a land that enters untapped, we could play Terrain. Excuse me, never mind. We're going to be playing Ghalta. Oh, I need more coffee. Excuse me. Okay, yep. Nope, that's what we're doing. They're tapped out. Gain life. Beat them up. Tyrranax Rex possibly would have been better. We would have smacked them. They wouldn't have done anything. Oh, okay. I saw they milled Witness Protection and I thought maybe I was safe. I will. Guess we'll block it. That's too bad. But I think Tyrranax Rex should lock it up. Would have locked it up. I would have been playing the second one at this point, and I would have been hitting him. And I would have had too many poison counters. Now they have to kill me next turn, or have some way that they can counter the second one. Yeah, ooh, that's rough. 1 Tyrranax Rex sometimes gets the job done, but if you see 2 and you have a pretty decent hand land-wise or searching-wise, oh, that's almost no better feeling. Okay. Phew. Good stuff. 1 more? Maybe 1 more. Perhaps. Nah. I'll pack it in for tonight. I was just happy I was able to start a little bit earlier than usual. I'm still trying to aim for 9 o'clock, but that doesn't always happen. Usually 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30. Unfortunately, I know most of you guys are oftentimes asleep, and you're probably asleep right now, so well, hopefully we got some good sleep. Yeah. Okay. See you next time. Have a good one. Cut. Commander Crane, JDX Heaven, anybody else watching right now, later on, whenever it is. See you next time. Peace. Have a good one.
This is a load of barnacles.